Johnny Depp's Heartbreak Pause. A man who finally steps away from love. For the decades, Johnny Depp has been more than just an actor. He has been a cultural icon, a musician, a storyteller, and a man whose life has always seemed to live under the brightest spotlight. His movies brought him glory, his music carried his soul, but his love life has consistently pulled into storms he never asked for. From the whirlwind romances to the bitter public battles, Depp has seen his heart broken in ways the most people can hardly imagine. Now, after the years of chasing love, losing it, and the trying to heal, the actor has reportedly decided to take a step back from the romance altogether. The decision does not come lightly from for a man like a Johnny, whose emotional depth often reflects in the characters he displays. Love has always been both the sanctuary and a battlefield. But as the years unfold, heartbreak after the heartbreak has focused and forced him into the corner where silence, solitude, and reflection seem safer than opening himself once more to the emotional vulnerability. He tears up when speaking about his phase of life. He not just because of pain of failed love, but because of embarrassment he feels at having placed his heart into hands that never valued it. The journey through love and loss, Johnny Depp's relationship have long fascinated the world. From his early days with the Winona Ryder, where he famously linked and inked the Winona Forever on his arm, to his high-profile marriage to the Amber Heard, which ended in one of the Hollywood's most controversial and the publicized trials. Depp's romantic history has been as dramatic as any of his films. Each relationship carried hope for the stability, for the companionship and love that could withstand the harsh spotlight of the fame. Yet again and again, the actor found himself betrayed, misunderstood, or dragged through storms of the bitterness. It was not just about the breakup. It was about the public humiliation, constant judgment, and the media amplifying every wound. Friends close to the Johnny Depp often describe him as deeply sensitive man behind his rugged looks and rock star aura lies an artist who feels deeply. He has always poured his heart into love, but those very emotions have often become the cracks through which heartbreak speeded in. The emotional breaking point when speaking candidly about his life, Johnny Depp has admitted that his greatest victories on screen often mean little compared to the turbulence he feels in the personal world. Winning the awards or playing iconic characters like the Captain Jack Sparrow might give him fleeting joy, but what he has always longed for was simple loyalty, understanding, and the safe place to call at home. After the highly publicized collapse of his marriage and the painful court cases that followed, Depp reached that many call his emotional breaking point. He confessed to close friends that each heartbreak left him not just a heart but embarrassed at believing in love again, embarrassed at trusting again, and embarrassed at thinking he could escape the cycle of the heartbreak that had followed him for the decades. The tears he shed were not just about the love lost, they were about self disappointment for a man who gives everything in relationship. The idea of failing once more and crushing his silence now speaks the volumes as he quietly distances himself from the pursuit of the love. Taking a break from love, Depp's recent decisions to step back from the romance is not about its bitterness. It is about the survival. He has realized that continuing to chase love while still carrying the unhealed scares only deepens his wounds. For now, his focus is shifting towards the art, music, and the self discovery. He has retreated into the things that brings him peace, strumming his guitar, painting, writing, and surrounding himself with the people who genuinely care for him. This break is not just about the avoiding heartbreak, it is about reclaiming the control over his emotions, his dignity, and his peace of mind. He is not closing the door on love forever, a source close to him revealed. But he is tired of pain, tired of drama, tired of being misunderstood. For now, he just wants to be Johnny, the artist, the father, the human being, not the Johnny Depp, the man with another failed romance. The pain of the embarrassment, what Depp feels most deeply. Perhaps more the heartbreak is embarrassment, not the shallow embarrassment of the gossip headlines, but the kind of that digs into a man's pride. He has often admitted that each time he gave his heart, he believed that it was the last time, that this was the love that would stay. But when those love collapse, the shame of being wrong weighed heavily on him. To the world, he may be a superstar, but to himself, he is simply a man who struggles with the same emotional bruises that millions of the people face, only magnified by the merciless glare of the fame. He tears up when the recalls moments of the betrayal, not because he wants sympathy, but he because humiliating to keep repeating the same cycle of trust and the loss. What the future holds. Johnny Depp's choice to pause his romantic life is not a permanent exile from the love. It is a more for healing retreat step into the solitude where he can finally listen to his heart without outside noise. Fans who admire him not just for his artistry but also for his resilience, hope. This phase brings him strength and he deserves it. Perhaps someday when the wounds have fully healed, and when life introduces someone who sees not fame but the soul, Johnny Depp may allow himself to love again. Until then, he seems content in rebuilding himself piece by piece away from the spotlight of his past heartbreaks. A lesson for all. Johnny Depp's heartbreak may along to Hollywood headlines, but this emotional decision to pass love is a story that resonates universally. It reminds us that even the strongest, most charismatic individual can fragile inside. It shows that sometimes the bravest thing to do is to stop chasing love instead of focus on loving oneself. For Johnny Depp, this chapter of the tears, embarrassment, and the solitude is not just ending. It is a pause, a necessary breath before his life writes its next act. And in the pause, there is no hope. Hope that he will one day smile again without the shadow of the heartbreak, and the hope that love in the pursuit and the purest form will find him when he is finally ready. So, my dear friends, if you like my video and you like my hard work, then you have to subscribe my channel. And I wish you good luck.